Hello, hello. Welcome to the Burnout Prevention Network. My name is Casey Pacheco, and I am the host. And with me is my co-host, Dr. Nayimpu Karmuhal, the Pioneer Nurse Consultant. Welcome in. We have a beautiful guest today. Her name is Carla Jansen Van Rosendaal. Did I get that correctly?
You got it totally correct, Casey.
Awesome. Welcome. We're so happy to have you. Actually, Dr. Nayimpu, you're the one that met her, right?
Yes, yes. You
Yes.
see, we meet great people every day, joint venturing, networking. So exactly where we should be.
Absolutely. And you brought her in to our beautiful space because she is actually a international burnout prevention expert. She's an expert on everything comes to burnout. And we are just excited to have you here. Now, we were excited that you did all this work with burnout, and then we came to find out that you were a nurse.
Yeah, I were. Yeah, you said that right, Casey. I was.
I love it. How long were you a nurse?
I was a nurse for 20 years. 6 years from that was in the USA as an RN, and for the rest, it was here in my back home country, the Netherlands in Europe,
Okay.
where I'm residing now also.
So you are in the Netherlands. So you represent the European branch of the Burnout Prevention Network, and we're so happy to have you on our team. We are taking the world by storm. I am so happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go for that.
You're going to be in Thailand. We're going to be in Trinidad. I mean, this is a network that I just really hope all the beautiful, positive people would join and come and join this revolution with us. But you, Carla, you have some amazing things to talk about today. We're going to be talking
Yes.
about heart math. We're going to be talking about energy and burnout prevention, especially for nurses. So before we start, what is a burnout expert? What do you do?
A burnout expert is, well, somebody like me who knows a lot about burnout and can help other people to either get out of burnout or prevent a burnout. And a burnout expert can also be a person who experienced burnout herself. And this lady here made it a very good one to do that 3 times even. So, yes, 3 times. And the first 2 times I went to the family doctor and they said like, yeah, okay, take it easy,
Mhm.
and do fun stuff. But ladies, that is not the way to get out of a burnout. That's the way to lower your stress level for a little bit. But if you then keep going and doing the same thing you ever did before, that's where you hit number 2 and number 3. And the most ones I heard somebody saying they hit it 16 times.
Ooh.
So yes, prevention is very important.
It is, it is. And I really like that you mentioned that it's not just about taking a vacation or it's not just about relaxing, but
No.
it's more is involved. Now, you talk about heart math. What is heart math?
HeartMath is, it comes from the HeartMath Institute in California. They're already doing research for like 30 years now. And they did, in that research, they developed also a device that makes it possible to see your stress instantly on either your phone or, oh, you can see that, or an iPad or whatever device that has feedback. And using that device, you can see instantly while doing the exercises what happens with that stress. And heart math, the word says, is heart. The heart is involved and science is involved. They discovered that stress is what to do. We all know the brain is doing all the processes. The brain is doing all the processes in our body. But the heart tells the brain first what to do.
Yeah.
bring the body into a stress reaction or into a relaxed reaction. So, and HeartMath figured it out. They're still doing a lot of research. They also, well, they do so much more that is so important for this world. But I think there's making stress visible where, so you cannot go around what is. Between what we think that we feel and what is actually in the body, there's a huge difference in that. And people don't realize that.
Wait. Say that again. I didn't get it. We got to back up. You say what we think is going on and what really is different. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I hear people say a lot, oh, I'm relaxed. And then when we put them on the sensor, they're 100% into a stress reaction in their body. They don't feel it. We don't feel anymore exactly what's going on in our body.
Ooh.
So
And
that
that
brings to a point though. Wow. If we had a HeartMath at each hospital, nursing homes, nurses would not be left at work because the stress level would be so extremely high. That's my hypothesis, that it will be illegal to keep them for extra hours, the overtime.
Yeah, that to start with, because their work is already so hard. Is all this overtime is really a big burden on the whole body and the mind. I mean, the work itself. I mean, I worked in oncology for 15 years, and the mental burden for nurses is huge. Whatever place you have in nursing, it's huge. Besides the heavy strength on the body itself. So overwork is actually basically, it should not be a thing that should happen.
Well, you were talking, Carla, about working with the energy and being able to adjust the energy to bring that down, even from a far place. And Dr. Nayampu, like she already experienced it. I had no idea what you ladies were talking about. So, tell us a little bit more about this scientific process. I don't even know if it has a name for it, but it just sounded really fascinating.
Well, how does it work? Just basically like, how does stress work? We have thoughts, 60 to 80,000 a day. 95% is just repetition. And well, you know, what do we repeat most in the thoughts, the positive or the negative?
Negative.
There you go. So basically 95% of the time already, we are putting ourselves into a negative feeling. So a thought gives a feeling, okay? A positive thought, great feeling. A negative thought, even if it's only, I don't like it, not even like the real stressful thing, but also already the I don't like it thing gives a not nice feeling. When we have a feeling which we don't like, the heart rhythm is affected instantly. The heart rhythm reacts to the feeling. So if it's a negative one and not wanted one, we can say that way as well. The heart rhythm goes into a sort of irregular balance. An irregular balance affects the brain, because we all know the brain is telling the body what to do, but the brain got told what to do by the heart. The heart communicates with the brain in 4 different ways. And it actually tells the brain you have to put that body into a relax reaction or into a stress reaction. And the brain simply does it. So this is a whole process that we go through. And HeartMath, they did so much science. I mean, they did the MRIs, they did the EKGs, the how do you say that? The EEGs, blood work. Well, you cannot even think about what they all did in research. And they figured out this is the way it works. And how does then what we think affect everything in our body? It does affect the frequency of our body as well. And that's where my other work comes in, the quantum technology that I work with, which measures the energy of the whole body up till DNA level. And there where it's out of balance, it actually can tell us what belief out of which time of your life is responsible for bringing the energy out of balance. So, and because when we feel bad, it's another frequency than feeling great. And we all know that, I don't know if you probably heard about The Secret. It's a vibration. Well, we are basically a radio station. What we send out is what we get back. So if we think all this negative stuff, we send that out and we get basically that back. So we're going in circles. It's either the circle going that way if we keep negative thinking, or the one up going up if we can change that into a positive thinking and feeling, of course. Is that a little bit an answer on your question?
Yes, that does answer my question. And that, this might sound really crazy, but I remember there was a time every shift was so unbearably hard. And my friend told me, she said, before you go on a shift, you really should pray for the shift. And I think the action of speaking out positive, speaking out what I wanted, it changed the vibration that the shifts went well every time I prayed. And when I didn't pray, I can feel it. The energy was different.
Yes, and if it's because a lot of people say like, oh yeah, just do affirmations, and they keep repeating things, and while they're on their phone, they keep repeating, or they're writing or doing something else. And then they say like, oh, it doesn't work. Well, what you have to add is the feeling with it. And that's where the vibration really changes. And I think that when you are praying, you're really into it and feeling that trust that is what is. So that's where your vibration changes, your frequency. So you're sending out different things, and then you get different things back.
But I think, and this is just my experience, it may not be other nurses' experience, but I'm going to say it anyway. Sometimes as a nurse, your feelings, like you come on shift and you just rushed your whole life to get there before 7 o'clock, and your feelings are not aligned to healing. And I think a lot of it causes burnout, because then your computer is now telling you, okay, you have this med to go with this, and then everybody is like, I need this, I need that. And I think that even adds to a lot more to burnout. So just my thoughts on the work that you're doing and teaching people to align with their feelings and actually having their feelings adjusted before they start their shift can help reduce burnout.
Yes, but you actually can reduce stress within a minute, even while you are at work. The heart coherence, those exercises, if you do that often enough, you create an automatic reaction in your brain that if you, in the middle of whatever stressful situation, that can be way too many things you have to do at work, or maybe a patient, there's something going on with the patient and that hits you emotionally very bad. While you are with your patient or doing your work, you can reduce stress. You don't have to go back to the bathroom or another room and say like, oh, I need to reduce it. You don't have time for that as a nurse. You need to keep going. As that's what I still remember from my time working as a nurse. And if you know how to do it, you can reduce it while you are busy. The only thing is you cannot talk at that moment. That's the only thing. Well, as a nurse, you listen a lot anyway, so do it in between. And so that way, keep your stress levels low. Then that's the other part. If we have high stress levels, it takes tons of energy. And when you're tired, it's hard to concentrate, to focus, to think of everything, to rush, to run, to be there and have a good vibe when you are with your patient. So if we reduce those basic levels down, we gain energy. We have a lot more energy. We need less sleep, but our whole region, this English language every now and then.
You're doing great.
Thank
You're doing
you.
wonderful.
Every now and then I trip over the words, but that's okay. You know, I made the stupidest mistake when I started in the US with nursing. So, but at least everybody had a good time laughing. So I laugh with them. But if your stress levels are lower, you just have a lot better regeneration of your body. So the energy goes up, your focus goes up, you can do more in less time. So you maybe have this 1 minute extra just to sit with the patient and have this good vibe, give them the good vibe, whatever. So reducing it while on the job, that's the best thing you can imagine.
That's so awesome. And I hate to put you on the spot, but you said it only takes 1 minute. So I'm curious. I want to see what do I do in 1 minute?
You want to do it?
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, let me just, but before we do it, let me explain that I told you it's an automatic thing. So you do have to do this every day, basically like at least 15 minutes. Okay, but if you do that, that's where you create this automatic response in your brain that if you then take this 1 minute, I mean, it just goes down. But let's go ahead. Let's do it. And maybe we're gonna go for 2 minutes so people can, whatever, I'll see.
Okay.
Just enjoy it. I want to say, like, just sit straight, put your feet on the floor. And you might want to put your hands on your heart area. And that is not here. A lot of people, there you go, Kate. A lot of people have it here. You don't want it there. I don't think that's why you do CPR, is it? We do CPR right there. And a lot of people think, oh gosh, my breast, especially American. Oh no. But nobody sees it, okay? There you go. That's the right spot, Casey. Okay. Now close your eyes. And go with all of your attention to that place underneath your hands, which is the heart area. Just keep focusing on that. Your thoughts might come in, or a sound, or something from your body, and tries to distract you from the focus on your heart. But lovingly keep going back to your heart area. And maybe you can feel that your chest is going up and down with your breathing. Now, while you keep the focus on that heart area, your breathing goes a little bit slower and a little bit deeper. And just make sure in that breathing that as well as your belly as your chest, when you inhale, they both come out a little bit. And when you exhale, they both drop down again. And just make this like for a minute in silence, the focus on your heart area with this slower, a little bit deeper breathing rhythm. And every time you're distracted, bring your focus lovingly back to your heart area. And maybe while you do that, you can add a little bit of a grateful feeling, gratefulness for your heart, that it's beating for you. by itself. You don't have to do anything for it. It's keeping you alive. It lets you connect to the world around you and the people. It lets you even connect to yourself. So feel that you're grateful that it's there. Maybe you can feel that your body is relaxing a little bit more. And I would say when you feel like it, just take your time, but slowly come back to the place where you are and open your eyes, but still feel that relaxed feeling.
I love it. I love it.
Yes, every time I do exercises like this, they really help me to be in the moment. I love it.
Yeah, and you know what the thing is, the focus, bringing the focus to the heart. The brain only can focus at one thing at a time. So if it focuses on the heart, the thoughts that are there are kind of to the back. And remember, thoughts are creating feeling.
Yes.
So that influence is gone, and creative focusing on the heart itself helps to be in the moment. And besides that, the heart, we all have an electromagnetic field, and every organ in our body has an electromagnetic field with a different frequency. And HeartMath figured out that the electromagnetic field of the heart is 5,000 times stronger than the one of the brain. And that's one way the heart communicates with the brain to tell it, like, either stress or relax. So doing this exercise actually increases that a lot.
So powerful. So powerful. Just imagine if we were able to go on units and have the nurses hold their heart just and teach them this exercise. Just imagine what that
Yeah.
would do for a stressful day. And I'm not saying that there aren't things, and we'll have further conversations of structural things within organizations to prevent burnout. But I think
Yes.
this is a very empowering exercise because this is something you could do for yourself.
You can even do it while you're sitting in your car,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
in traffic,
Mm-hmm.
driving to work, running late, because quite frankly, things that happen before we get to work, they set the stage for the mood we're in when we get at work,
Mm-hmm.
So just being able, as Carla said, doing this so frequently that it becomes your defense mechanism, that when you face a stressful event or you are going to walk into one, if you work in the ER, chaos is the name of the game.
Yes.
Ground yourself before you get into that environment because you need to be present. I love it.
I feel so zen. And we're coming down to the end of our interview, and I want more. But but Carla and Dr. Nayimpu, we're gonna have a wellness campaign in September, and we're gonna run a series of workshops for nurses. So you're a speaker, Carla. You're actually gonna be speaking with Les Brown. So you're with the greats.
Yes,
You
yes,
have
I
an
feel
event
grateful
coming up
for that even. So,
this
yep.
weekend, right? This weekend. I'll put the links below.
Is it? No, it's not this weekend. It's the 18th to the 20th.
Okay.
18, 19, and 20 of August. Yeah.
18, 19, 20th of August. So I will put all the links. It is free to attend, and we definitely want to support our nurse out there. This is wonderful. What will you be speaking about?
About stress and how that actually influences the way we work and our relationships and our family life.
Okay.
Because I mean, if at one place or another things are out of range, it does have effect on the other part of your life and all your relationships. So I'm going to definitely talk about the stress and the influence of all that.
Well, I think we will definitely be looking forward to hearing about it because we always could reduce stress. And I think just the last before we let you go, what is one advice that you have for nurses out there who are currently experiencing burnout or just feel at the end of their ropes? What would you leave with them?
Well, take leadership. Take leadership of your life, actually, and how you live your life, how you do everything in life. And that means take leadership of your mind,
Mm,
because the mind starts all the stress. The mind is also influenced by beliefs. And it's those beliefs that on unconscious level that is really pulling us down, a lot of those negative beliefs. So get a little bit more clear about your beliefs, then see if you can turn them around, reduce stress, and do that like maybe every hour for a minute. Like Nyampu said, like you can do it in the car, you can do it while you drink coffee, you can do it while you're washing your patient, or whatever. The more times, if you take like 1-2 minutes at least to do that exercise you just did, of course with the eyes open, and you can do that if you do it regularly. You don't need to close your eyes, which was handy in the end with driving the car, I guess. So have an eyes open. So yeah, be aware of stress, reduce it and reduce it and reduce it. And that has basically the most influence of the way you think, the way you act, the way your relationships are, the way you work, your whole life.
beautiful, beautiful. Any closing words, Dr. Nayampu, before I let Carla leave?
I have this here for the
Oh,
people. See
yes,
that?
yes, yes. Do you have a free book? And it's a resource.
It's a digital PDF about 5 tips to reduce stress. It's basically it's a 30-page one, so there's a lot of information how to go around with stress to reduce that in your life. And the exercise I was just doing, I wrote it in there as well, so
Oh, perfect.
people can do it themselves.
And they just have to text 1-833-337-12635. And they will receive
Yes,
this free PDF.
yeah. Yeah, they text PDF to that, and then they will receive that free PDF. No,
Okay,
no strings attached.
perfect.
So much. Thank you so much, Carla. Not every day we meet valuable people like you. And our encounter has been so worth the while, and we have a lot to do. So it's a pleasure to have you on board.
Well, and I want to thank you, Casey and Yampu, for having this organization at all. And I'm so glad I can be part of that and help worldwide nurses to basically have better life and still stay in nursing with pleasure and feel relaxed.
Yes, thank you, ladies. Thank you both. This has been a wonderful conversation. And to our viewers, thank you for tuning in. We're going to leave the links below. If you have any questions for Carla or Dr. Nayampu and myself, be sure to leave it in the comments and we will be sure to get back to you. But thank you for your time. Thank you, ladies, for your expertise. And we will see you on our next show. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.